I'm going to finish up this session emphasizing the word leverage. And leverage is the power to make the boss do and pay what he doesn't want to do. You're going to see documents in the folder here called Leveraging Union Power. You want to read those because this is what we're talking about. You're talking about a Stewards Army document of being able to bring all of our members into participation. And so before we look at specific grievances that you're going to handle, as a general rule, I want you to involve all of your members in handling grievances. Now, one thing which is very sensitive is involving your non-members. And one of the responsibilities for a steward and for every member is to try to make sure that the non-members all sign up, that the non-members understand it is in their first and personal financial best interest to be a member of the union. Because the more members there are, the stronger we are, and the stronger we are, the better it's going to be for everybody. So as you begin to handle grievances, you need to look at how can I make the grievance visible, how can I make it visible to both my members, who often think the union doesn't do anything, and to non-members who are not there. In a general way, one thing that you want to try to do is create group grievances or group activities. If you look, for example, a situation where health and safety is a problem in a shop, and often in the past, the steward would file the grievance, they would take it through the grievance procedure. Well, one of the things that you want to do is create a group grievance in which every member or non-member signs on to the grievance. What this does, it makes this grievance a topic of conversation in the workplace. It makes it visible, it makes it exciting, it attracts the non-members who are working under the same lousy conditions, and you begin to proactively organize your members. You may want to do group activities. Group activities are wearing t-shirts, wearing buttons, marching around the shop, group picketing, any kind of thing that gives the union visibility. And as we're going to talk about for a group grievance, every person who signs a grievance form is entitled to a grievance hearing. And so if you have a group grievance and you have 25 or 30 or 40 people on the grievance, each one of them can have either a separate hearing or the personnel director has a meeting where all 40 of you come in. And of course that can be on work time and nothing will get done. We had a great example in the book, the Open Shop book, about group activities of hotel and restaurant workers in Alexandria, Virginia. The contract requires that they provided good food. They thought the food was lousy, and so they took all their lunches, walked into the office of the personnel director, and dumped the food on her desk. That got her attention real quickly. What you want to do as a steward is create workplace activities and community activities so you can look for leverage and look for allies. Who is making the decision at your company on your grievances? Who can be pressured on them? Is it the riders? Is it the community? Is it the politicians? And so you need to create these activities. And they can be political campaigns, they can be social activities, they can be demonstrations, they can be anything that's going to help you get leverage. You want to expand the communications network so members know what's happening with a grievance. And as I said, you can do it through leaflets, you can do it through shop newsletters, you can do it through apps, you can do it through text messages, you can put them up on your website, however it is, but so members know what's going on. And you don't have to, as I said, provide all the gory details of every grievance, but you need to say to your members, here's a grievance of employee or member A who was denied overtime on a particular situation. And the union's remedy is we're asking that he be paid. It then draws their attention to areas of the contract and to get them involved in the union. As I said, you want to encourage the non-members to participate. If there's a grievance that could affect them, make them part of it. And then encourage them that the only reason they have this right is because there is a union. And if you're not a member, you're weakening the union. So as I said, read this document from the Steward Update, Leveraging Union Power. It'll give you some good tips and outlines on what you want to do. This again is a diagram of all what you want to do as a steward. You're in the middle. In your members, you want to talk to your members, you want to deal with the local union officers and staff, you want to deal with the community, and you want to deal with management. And you're going to encourage your members. There's a document called Levels of Participation, and it involves everybody from a sheep to Norma Ray. And you read that and you'll see. But one of the things we're going to talk about in our next session is all of the skills that you as a union steward have to have. You have to be able to talk to your members. You have to be able to talk to management. You have to be able to relate and talk to the community. And you have to, of course, talk to your local officers and your staff. So as we finish this session, your next discussion question is, look at the document, but how many of your coworkers have a copy of the union contract and have read it? What you want to do is survey 10 of them and give us their responses using the document posted. And you can send it to me by email, however you want to do it. But we want you to go out and interact with your members about the importance of the union contract. And then I want you to listen to the great song, Union Town. So this finishes Section 2. We'll be looking forward to seeing you at Session 3 in just a minute.